Okay, so this is the second time I'm trying to record this because the first one I got a ton of lag and a lot of internet troubles. The thing is that I use Discord to share the screen of my phone to the PC, so I don't have to buy any program that does exactly the same, um, but like forcing me to pay. So the thing here is that this is a game played between my team and the team of my guild. The thing is that the guild has two different teams. One is Silverback and the other one is Mortem. The name of my guild is Mortem, by the way. They want to start playing esports and stuff like that. So I pretty much got dragged to play esports as well. The coaches put me as support, so that's why this time I am not gonna be a mid laner like I always do. But yeah, I don't think that being a support is so bad. Yet I prefer playing mid laner over support, but it's whatever. As long as I don't play jungle, I'm happy. Uh, so yeah, the main team is Mortem, obviously because that's the name of the guild. But the secondary team, for saying it like that, it's Silverback, which is the team I am in. So we decided to do a little friendly game. Well, actually, two friendly games against them because we had a free night. Like we didn't have any training. We had already ended the theoretical part of the coaching. So we decided, like, know what? Let's do a little one versus a little 5 versus 5, like a little scrim and just play for fun. Uh, so yeah, we pretty much end doing these games. Uh, I am just gonna love them because I like how they pretty much how it happened. So yeah, they pretty much did a little invade in the early game, which kinda messed up with my jungle. Here I set the jungle, okay, as they are doing your blue, go and do their blue and do a vertical jungle. But he said me, no, I am just gonna... No, here I leash the crab because it's something I like to do. I'm gonna talk about later. So yeah, I told her, okay, go and do this blue because they are in your blue, so you will have like really small time if you decide to do it later. Because they are just gonna group here and pretty much maybe even kill you. But he said that no, he wanted to do the red, so I am just gonna let him do that. Not like if I could change his opinion, but whatever. But I'm gonna say from now that the best idea was going directly for the vertical jungle and doing that blue when we saw that they were invading us. Uh, it's not gonna leave our Diana way too behind because the real idea of the invade is not still in the blue or the red. It's forcing the jungle to lose time on his pathing while you also steal their farm. That's pretty much why most of the invades are in the red, because it's the buffo that most of the jungles do at the early game. Especially in Wild Rift, because for some reason they always do the buff that it's in the, like, they always do the red one, not the blue one or any other one. Here I am having a little bit of lag again. Here the Misfortune didn't wanted to do that, to get that farm because he was kinda scared because the Lucian was freezing. But I said, no, let's go here and do it. I have my Q, well, the charged Q. So she said, no, I prefer to just help here. And I was like, okay, up to you. But the best idea was for you to get that farm but it's still gonna help me because, well, the support is one of the uh, roles that get the less amount of gold because we really don't farm. But yeah, it's like whatever, it's not gonna put Misfortune way too behind, and in fact, it's gonna help us for having a better CC, as I am the one that has the biggest source of CC. Here we were like, okay, we have to do a dragon, but we are very not underfed, but we don't have enough damage. Here the Diana got haunted, so like she died, and I did a horrible ultimate. We failed everything, and it was just a horrible team fight. So as we had no jungle, we decided, okay, we are 4 versus 5. Let's just sacrifice the dragon and get the herald, like doing one objective for another. This is gonna help us if we get it to destroy turrets and get back the gold that they pretty much stole us. Uh, Here they do a little start, and we luckily managed to get the herald, but we still die, like everyone dies. Uh, so yeah, I pretty much sacrificed myself there in order for those two to survive. It's better that the support dies than two of the main people dies. Because the support at the end is not so such a big carry or such a big thing like those two, like the jungle or the ADC. Because my job at the end is just giving CC. But with the build I am gonna do, I am gonna give a lot of CC and a lot of damage. But that's just gonna be until late game, not right now. Also, some of the skeletons of Seraphine are magic with health, so yeah, it's not gonna be so bad. And at the end, we're pretty much the Seraphine by herself. She doesn't do a lot of uh, like she does a decent amount of damage, but it's not something you would expect from her. So yeah. Here I saw that the Ari tried to do a little start, uh, but I will end up dying. Jet, the ultimate trio, it kinda helped us. Also, that if we get a kill, it's still gonna be worth because our team is full late game. Well, we have the misfortune that is mid game, but by the strength of her ultimate and the way we're gonna be using it, it's pretty much a late game misfortune. Uh, so yeah, we are just like we need to escalate, and when we get one or two items, well, actually two, we are gonna be really strong. Uh, these two decide to stay here to get the tower. I don't know why the enemy team backed. They could have resist a little attack there. The area would have been forced to go there, and I would have taken the mid probably. Or if the Chinsao came to me, I would have had to back. Here we were trying to do a little hunt in the bot lane, so I tried to rotate, but then I saw that the Brown saw me, so I was thinking of not going, but when I saw that the Diana was there, the Malphite was there, especially when Diana and Malphite ulted, I was like, okay, we are actually gonna do this. And I don't know if you managed to see there, but I threw the E and I did. Oh, never mind, never mind. This is gonna be later. But the idea of my build is building a relay as second item. The thing of relay with Seraphine is that the E, when the enemy is slow, it roots like directly. For example, if the enemy is slowed by Nasus W, which is the slow, uh, and you hit that person with the E, he's gonna get rooted directly, like if you had hit him with a charged E. But if that person is already rooted, for example, Morgana Q, the root is gonna become an stunt. The difference between root and stun is that root you can't move, but you can still attack, you can still use abilities that doesn't require dashes or something like that. Okay, here I am gonna shot a little bit because it's a pretty decent team fight. Or wait, no, never mind. Yeah, the thing with the E is that you can like when it roots, it becomes an stunt, which the stunt doesn't even let you attack or well. Here you can see the teamfight. We did the combo right, but the problem is that we didn't have a lot of damage. And the other main problem is that here I focused really horrible. I should have focused the Lotion, but I don't know why I decided to focus the Shinsao, which is gonna cost us that fight. Or well, that it wasn't the fight at all because the team fight was already lost. But we're not gonna get a kill on Lotion, uh, which I don't remember if he had a bounty. Let me check. Yeah, he had a little bounty, which would have helped us for getting fed and stuff like that, but it doesn't really matter a lot. Here we see that the dragon is already up, so we try to get something there. Yeah, here you can see the complete wombo combo. They have a really good disengage, which is Shinsao and the Gragas. So yeah. Yet still, the Yasuo, Malphite, and Diana is gonna be right super strong combo, which is gonna get that team fight won for us. And here the jungle says, okay, I can solo this, let me do it alone. The Yasuo was like, let me just leash a little, and we're like, let's just clean the waves. There, the misfortune was like, okay, let's get this tower, but I was like, no, hold up, I need to get my relay. The thing with the relay is that it applies first the slow. So when I use the E, the chariot E, the first part of the E, it's gonna slow, but the E counts that slow of the relay as already been slowed. So the first part of the E is gonna root, and then the second part of the chariot E is gonna uh, directly stunned because the person is already rooted by the E of the start. So it's pretty much like having a second ultimate in your normal kit, which is even a little bit better than your ultimate because in the ultimate they even move and they can not reposition a lot, but it's not like as good as a root. Here I pretty much mess up with positioning, so I die. But as they use everything with me, my team was like, okay, they spent everything. They have no cooldowns. They have nothing, so we can just get easy kills there, which is gonna help us getting fed. Then the other part of the team is gonna come, but they don't have a lot of damage because they too are just tanks. So yeah, they pretty much suicided there. But they like when the Lucian came, it was just like okay, they make a lot of damage. But the Diana is really tanky already, thanks to the dragon. Here the Malphite kinda grits, trying to get a kill on the Brown. He even tower dives and he got a ton of damage out of that tower. But it doesn't really matter. Like we could have get that tower and get a little bit fed, but it really doesn't matter at all. Mainly because our team was already pretty strong. Okay, here I don't know if you managed to see that the Ari had like was stopped. She got stunned by the E. So yeah, it's like having a second ultimate. Uh, so yeah, here we were planning to do the national already, so we could just all meet and pretty much win. But I said, wait, hold up, I have the. Oh, wait, I have I have lag. Uh, so yeah, I said, okay, hello, I have the Rabadon in base, so don't attack. And the Diana said, okay, they don't know you had to base, so I am just gonna be split pushing here. Wait, hold up. No, I didn't have the Rabadon. It's in another moment when that actually happens. Uh, so yeah, the thing here is that we can do a little fight here. Like the main idea here is having the three biggest amount of teamfight killers, which is Malphite and Seraphine and Misfortune in the mid lane. So we can push this tower and this tower. We spoiler, we only get to push this tower. Uh, so yeah, the idea here is that Malphite is gonna ult and I am gonna ult, which my ult range increases when there are people that is inside it. So that's why the Malphite is gonna be helping. When he ults, let's imagine he ults the Gragas. His body of the Malphite and the stunned Gragas is gonna count for my ultimate to go more deeper. So let's imagine that there is another one here. That's just gonna cause that person to get charmed. And the Misfortune is just gonna. Oh, sorry for that. He's just gonna use the ultimate, and yeah, if they try to engage, that's pretty much the idea. Getting a little disengaged with the ultimate of Misfortune and my ultimate and everything. Yeah, here the Diana is just super tanky and does a lot of counter to every mage. Because for some reason, she has a ton of armor and mic resistance. I don't know why, but she's Diana. Here the idea is just to just in that little split push because well in the mid lane we're pretty strong. But yeah, there I did a pretty meh ultimate, which is just gonna get one person kill. It doesn't really matter as we get the second tower. So yeah, the idea is the doing a 1-3-1 because the Diana is strong enough to fight the Ari, the Lucian, and maybe even the Gragas. And the Yasuo is strong enough to fight the Shinzao or the Gragas. So that's why they are split pushing. While we have another amount of pressure in the mid lane because they can't go all in into us. The composition they have is more of a hunting type of composition, like they have to get one person in a bad position and pretty much try to kill us. But as we are really organized, that's really not gonna happen. And our composition was a little bit mixed between teamfight and a split push. Okay, here I want to explain a little thing. The problem here is that they are dividing themselves. So, for example, if this Ari manages to charm someone and she decides to go all in, we are just gonna one-shot her because we are 5 people here in the middle that is gonna target her, while the people that is here is gonna take a lot of time going from here all the way to the place we're in. Also, if for example, I don't know, these 3 that are in this part decide to group here instead of they are going all in, that's still a disadvantage because we are 5 people still. We can just go all in into these 3 people and they won't have anything to do. as we have a superiority of number, a superiority of abilities, and superiority of summoners. So when these two reach to this spot or to this spot, they won't have like their teammates will be just dead, so they won't have as big force damage to actually kill us. Which is what actually I guess that actually happens. I'm not too sure. Sorry, I haven't slept. They decided to go all in, but the problem here is that they didn't manage to stun me on time. Like the stun of Braum is just way too slow, so it's not gonna kill me. And the problem with me is that when they get charmed, they can't activate their Sonias or anything. So my Malphite has free way to using his ultimate. I'm pretty much getting the ultimate of Yasuo free, and then the ultimate of Diana. Yeah, the chain of ultimates. So yeah, that's the reason why we win there. We didn't get a lot of kills, but it still was a win because they had to back and give us the tower and give us Prio on the Nashor. We actually really wanted to do Nashor, but the Yasuo wasn't here, and they were everyone alive, so it was like, yeah, not a good idea. Plus that my ultimate was still on cooldown. There I decided to wait a little bit before killing those raptors because I told my misfortune, do you want them? And she said no, get them yourself. So I was like, okay, thanks. Uh, Here we were like trying to hunt the Gragas because we saw that he was way too near, and I don't know why his teammates decided to back, which is just gonna leave him alone. We spent 3 ultimates on him, and that's actually a pretty big problem because we can't fight for the Nashor now. Like, we decide to stay here just to do a bait, but we don't know that that word was there, so yeah, the bait is not gonna work. Uh, so yeah, with the thing of why we can't fight is that if they go all in into us, we won't have ultimates for doing a CC chain and for Yasuo to use his ultimate and all that. So we will be in a disadvantage. Here I tell my team, okay, don't push too hard because I am not gonna be there because I have Rabadon in the base. Rabadon is gonna give me a lot of burst. So Diana decides to space push with Yasuo. The enemy doesn't know that I had to back because there wasn't a ward there, so they can't go all in into my team because they might think that I am somewhere in the shadow. And here we do a really amazing play, which I say to my team, okay, the dragon is about to appear, so why don't we try to hunt them? So my team was like, okay, sure. And I told, like, let's just ward here, and I put my ward, and then Miss 14 put her ward, so yeah, that's why there are 2 wards there, so it was a little problem, but it doesn't really matter. The thing here is that the Diana is gonna be like hiding around here, and when she ultimates, the Malphite is also gonna ult, and then the Jazz is gonna ult, and pretty much with my ultimate as well and Misfortune, it's gonna be a CC chain which they cannot escape. Well, that's only if they fall, because as I said, they know we are not gonna do the Nashor because we, even though we have health, abilities, and everything, the Nashor is just gonna take a lot of time, a lot of abilities, and yeah, it's just gonna not be so worth if they decide to go all into us. So that's why they know we are planning to the dragon, and that's why we decide to predict that they are thinking that we are gonna do the dragon. So yeah, that's why the little hunt. The Diana there, I don't know if she messed up or what. So yeah, she sees that they are like stopping there, so I decide to ult, the Diana decide to ult, and we do a little wombo combo there. So yeah, they die pretty easy. And as the Lucian and the Braum are on the lane, they can't really do a lot because if they try to come here, they're just gonna get killed by us. So we see that they still have 20 seconds before respawning, so we decide to go directly for the Nashor. I put that ward there in order for the if the Braum or the Lucian wants to try to steal or something like that, even though it's very improbable, we can see them coming, and which is what helps us here. But the Diana uses a bad ultimate, which doesn't really matter, but we already have like a lot of advantage now. They can't really stop us because, well, we're just way too fed. Well, not fed by itself, but we're already very ahead. We already escalated, and yeah. Uh, so here I was thinking, okay, let's keep on doing the split pushes and the mid lane. The mid lane is pretty much just gonna be a little bait for them to think that we are gonna do a full push in the mid lane, and while that the Yasuo is gonna be turned to a split with the Diana. Because as I said before, they both can do a 2 versus 1 and stay alive. We see that 3 people were over the Diana, so we're like, okay, we can get this tower. Uh, so yeah, we tried like using everything, abilities, everything for getting the tower. Then the Yasuo, as he was in the top lane, he was already in this tower. And here I want to show one of the best parts of this fight, which is the little wombo combo we did here. Uh, the main idea here was pretty much getting the tower, but so yeah, I'm just gonna show it. The Malphite sees that they are very near everyone. I see it too, so I throw my ultimate. Malphite throws his ultimate, Diana throws her ultimate, and Yasuo does it as well. And the Dragon buff, the Baron buff, and everything just helps us to win that fight in a really amazing wombo combo we managed to do. And we also managed to win the game in a little 4 versus 5. I really love that wombo combo we did there. In fact, we even made a little clip and we were spamming it in the Discord. Yeah, it was pretty funny. So yeah, we win there. Here are the stats. I don't know if my avatar is gonna block it a lot. Uh, it may seem that I didn't do a lot, and yeah, I didn't do a lot. But I pretty much helped with my ultimates and the CC, which is what a support does. So yeah, they might have won in the early game, or like forcing more heralds instead of dragons, because their team was full, not a split push. It was more of a counter type of composition, which the idea of that composition is pretty much getting one person of the enemy team killed, like being dead screen all the time. For example, here they could have been trying to hunt me all the game, and they've like my team would have lost a decent amount of CC, but still it wasn't enough. Like I would have changed maybe the lotion for a Jinx or something like that for uh, having more damage in the team fight, because after we shot out all our combo, we didn't have enough constant damage, apart of the Yasuo and maybe even myself, even though I am not so much of a constant damage. Also maybe the Misfortune, because she was building criticals, so she was still able to hit a lot just with auto attacks. But the things that our after our main combo we will fall. So yeah, they needed a better team for just surviving, and even like that, I think that even a team of constant damage could have lost because of the Yasuo windshield. But yeah, it is what it is. This composition we actually made it like we have three main compositions on our team, which is something that I see that they don't have because we actually have been planning like every day we think about some compositions we can do and we start applying them in normals. So when we're in this type of tournaments, well, not tournaments, but just scrims, we put the build that we practice into like the actual field, and we check if it actually wins. Uh, we also had we in fact this we were planning to do another one, which was Bane, Yumi, uh, Lulu, Olaf, and Garen, but they decided to ban the Yumi, so that's why we had to use this other composition instead, which is actually fully done by ourselves. Like in the Discord, we were like, okay, what if we do a full composition made for Yasuo? So yeah, this happened. Uh, the other composition we have is also with Yumi, with Yasuo, with Ashe, and I don't remember which. Yeah, Wukong and Jax. The idea is having Jax to split push along with the Ashe, and the Yasuo, the Wukong, and the Yumi go all in the mid lane. So the Ashe is gonna be shooting her ultimate to the mid lane and getting stunted everyone. Then the Wukong is gonna come, use his ultimate, then Yasuo use his ultimate, and pretty much get a little win in the mid lane, while at the same time split pushing. We have already tested in normals, but we couldn't test the composition with this team because they banned Yumi in both of the games. So this is gonna be everything. I hope you guys liked it. I hope that the lag wasn't so hard. And yeah, thanks for watching. And see you next time.